Okay, here I am in the basement, aka RC workshop. Wanted to go over what stuff you get with it. So you do get a couple of extra body clips and body washers that you can put on top of your body to protect the plastic, the Lexan, as well as some foam for getting a tight snug on a battery. If you were going to run a smaller style battery, you can add some foam. As well as on this new late 2015 model, you do get a 12 volt DC nickel metal hydride car charger, charge batteries at up to 4 amps. And this will have the new style Traxxas connector on it. Plug your battery right into the base of the charger. It is nice and compact. If they would make this where it would work with lipos, I would totally use this. But if it's nickel metal hydride only, then you get a bag full of your tools. So you get your typical wheel wrench, a couple of turnbuckle adjusters. That's these silver wrenches, as well as some different sized Allen keys. Then you get the shock adjusters. So these are little plastic collars. The shocks on this vehicle are, while they're oil filled, they're not aluminum, they're all plastic, and the adjusters are just these shock clip collars, and you can put those in to add more preload to the springs if you want. Next video I am going to go over some upgrades, low cost things that you can do right away, and I do have some of those parts already, and I'll be putting those on after my first run. This is very nice that they include this. Thank you, Traxxas, for that. This is the optional high-speed pinion. I mean, I'm an experienced RC driver. I want more speed. Just be careful when you're ordering these trucks. There's a lot of different trucks. There's 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, brushed, brushless, and then there's the old stock. So it has the old chassis, and then there's the new model with the new chassis, and then there's the new model with the new chassis and the stability. And then we've got this one, which is the newest model that has the brushless, the new chassis, the stability, and the audio. So who knows what they're going to add in another 6 months or a year. And just to show you, lipos do fit, 2S lipos fit in out of the box, no problem. If you need to run a 3S lipo, you might have to buy an upper battery brace. I didn't see one come with it. So that's something to note. Things you need, 4 AA batteries, as well as if you're going to run anything bigger than a 2S lipo or a 2S battery, you're going to have to buy a new battery clamp. And here's the bottom of the chassis. You have your typical A-arms, your front bulkhead, your midsection of your chassis, your Nerf bars, and your rear section of your chassis, as well as you get big front and rear bumpers too. Okay, so this is one part of my pre-checks. Before I run the truck for a long time, I don't necessarily always trust the factory setup. So I'm going to check the slipper adjustment as well as the gear mesh, and I am also might as well just throw in the high-speed pinion while we're here, while I have it open. So it does come with the Allen keys to work on this. You know, if you're new to this, read the instructions, make sure you understand how to do everything that you want to do. So it's one screw, that gear cover pops off, and now we should be able to see. So there's the spur, and then the pinion will be on the motor side. You loosen this screw, the motor probably pulls off. Change your pinion, set your gear mesh, and then this is how you tighten your slipper clutch. I do want to install the high-speed pinion. So this is the stock pinion here that you get. It's the stock spur gear. And then these little pads here that you see in behind, those are your slipper discs and for your slipper clutch. One screw here that you take out, there's a little captured nut, and now the motor is loose, and I should be able to just pull it up and out. Yeah, pull it up and out, and then now I can get it in my pinion and change it. So this is the stock pinion, and we're going to put on the big one now, the speed pinion. One thing it does mention is that this high-speed gearing is intended for flat surfaces, high-speed flat surfaces only, and be aware of heat. So don't start and stop, and don't really get it bogged down if you're going to run this gearing. Something I am going to maybe look into is adding a motor heat sink as well as an ESC fan, just to make it a little bit cooler. Okay, here we have the high-speed pinion installed. I just wanted to show you that. So you do put it in this direction. It comes with the little Allen key screw and the grub screw, and you screw it down onto the flat side. There is a little flattened part on the motor. And to set your gear mesh, so this is a big adjustable motor plate. So you slip it down in, you get it into position. The thing you want to do is you want to just now make sure that your pinion is aligned. This is aligned this way with your spur, pretty much exactly. And then you want to set your gear mesh. Now your gear mesh is a little bit of an art to get the hang of. You don't want to just have it jammed right against it. There has to be a little tiny gap. What they say is you should be able to slip a piece of paper between your pinion and your gear without it getting all ripped up. it'll become corrugated, but it shouldn't rip it, and you should be able to slip a piece of paper in between. Okay, I now have the high-speed pinion installed, and something that it's kind of hard to visually see the gear mesh, so you're going to kind of want to do it by hear and feel. So you want to have a little bit of gap in between. You should be able to kind of rock it like that. That seems like a pretty good gear mesh to me. You know, if it feels really, really tight, then just back it off a little bit, and you just do that from this one screw here. You just move this back and forth until you get it where you like it.